first Saturday in October. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome Keith Fusel to the morning show. Beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky, just as I was coming on set.
Yeah, we might have a good stretch of weather ahead of us. Really looking forward to that. It has been super, super dreary the last 2 weeks. Let's get this rain, moisture out of here, the sunshine, a little bit of a breeze, dry things out. I'm looking forward to a really good Saturday of racing here today moving forward. 1 week away from the Maryland Million.
Absolutely. The countdown is officially on. Remember that post-draw will be in between races 1 and 2 tomorrow. Dave Rodman, of course, taking charge and command of that. But let's get back to Saturday's races here. Let's go right away into this early pick 5 in this off-the-turf event going 5.5 here on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. And claiming 45, which have never won 3. Scratches in the 3, 4, 6, 7, and 10. Keith, you have your number 2 on top. Wick line here for Andreas Garibay is Marivo Villalobos, their first time in the barn for Garibay.
Yeah, and pick 5 again yesterday. Another knockout, right? What was it, 71.07? Robbie Bale striking with Nick's Notion, getting it done at $95. And it just kind of the trend continues at Laurel Park with these early pick 5s. So you've got to like that 12% takeout. Please jump in and join us in these pick 5s because they do pay. You were deuces wild yesterday. You're right back with a deuce again. Wickline, yeah, running right back off a short rest. Claimed off of out of a 22 in life from the Russell barn. Was super sharp in there. Will have to break a little bit better today. Was rushed up to the front, said good internals to draw off against Lesser. But you've got some other horses with speed to the outside. Full Irish being the main competition with that early foot coming off of a break. This horse is run well fresh both times. Debut, then off of a break. Coming in here for Lacey Gaudet, 9 for 24 the last few years, going allowance to claimers with a 351 ROI. That's on the main track. Full Irish has shown a lot of talent. Interesting in for the tag, though, off the break. So horse has a condition left. That first level state bred, state sire. You got to pay attention to that. So maybe they're just kind of willing to go ahead. Maybe the plan is to win and move on. We shall see. But they'll be rolling up front, no doubt. I think Wickline, it breaks sharp. The road's going to go through him. But Full Irish has to be tied on. Lost and Confused, I thought ran very well. Goes second sprint in a row. Shortens up even a little bit more, 16th of a mile to 5.5 today. But took to rating early, got some help up front. Last time out of Parks, swung 5 wide. And just got the grind, got the bob late to beat a horse that ran 85 by her prior. So pretty good field. So if things do develop, look for Lost and Confused. Try to run them down.
2185 for Keith Fusel there in the first race. Keith, let's go right into your early pick 4. What do you got for us?
Early pick 4, yes. $18 ticket. You know, I think it's still a tricky sequence. These things have not been easy. I go too deep to get you started. If you can add the 5, our Liberty Bell, I would do it. First time Ness off the claim. Yes, he's trying to get a win, but they're going to be coming around.
So today.
Yeah, so he's got some live shots. Corrali's got some live shots today as well. But I go 2-6 to get you started. Anonymously, Royal Seamstress will try to go right to the front. Race 3 with the 3 and 9. Grace Street, 9 business model. There's Corrales again. 4th race, 1A, Kickstartness. Going to be potent, I think, up front. The 2 Admit Nothing. There's your price user at 15-1, and the 3 Work His Life. Rounded out 3 deep in race 5. 4, 7, and 9 El Delary, Silver Bullet 20, and the 9 Rapper Zapper for an $18 ticket.
There we go. Keith Fusel with an $18 ticket to start in this first leg of that early pick 4, and a starter optional $20,000 going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the 3-year-old and up girls. Scratch in the number 3. You mentioned the number 2 anonymously. Dennis Arujo just keeps giving these prices. He's not going to get. He's not going to get a price on this one today, though.
He will not. No. She's going to settle in that with the scratch of this 3, probably in that 7 to 5 range, I would think. Maybe even a little bit lower when it's all said and done. And she goes 3rd off the break, which hasn't been the greatest trend with these dirt sprinters, believe it or not, for Corrales the last several years. And coming in for 20, they're attack modes. He's done okay recently with these double droppers in the claiming price. But honestly, a good trip here, working out game to the wire, I thought, on that left lead. Last time out, she doesn't like an off track. She ran an improved number, but their attack mode here today, they're going to have to be close enough because Royal Seamstress is awfully quick. Lady Serenity is quick. Will she go ahead and go with Forrest, or will she rate just off of it? and honestly should be just poised to pounce past the 5/16 pole. Our Liberty Bell, this 5-horse comes in here for Ness. Hasn't been seen since August. They hold the $20,000 claiming level. A couple interesting sharp works for a filly who's kind of been a little bit of a laggard in some of her races. It takes her a while to get going under a hustling ride, and then she rolls in. She's proven over this track. Again, Lady Serenity and Royal Simpson, I think they provide the pace. Will it be enough at 6 furlongs for our Liberty Bell to get up 2-6-5-1?
We will find out there in race number 2, starting that early pick 4. Let's go ahead to the second leg in race number 3. In this off-the-turf event now, a 1-mile second wire finish turn here in a starter optional 20,000 for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratches in the 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Keith, you go with the number 4 and number 9 on top. Business model here. Angel Cruz gets the call again.
Yeah, just take a little shot. Like this one last time, had some back going way back, and you had to look at, I think, South America races for the proven dirt form. Stretching out of 5.5, that field just got away from him last time out, but he was very willing to the wire, kind of like that shoot the messenger angle, you know, closing out. Now, this was a 5.5. I think shoot the messenger might have been coming off a 7 out to a mile, but we got that one done yesterday at the bob of the wire over 50-1 dare divide. That was a really good finish in that race. But this horse is proven, has a race at a mile over this course, okay number, stacks up. Naked and Famous, a Gray Streak. They look like the 2 predominant speeds in here. Brother Brad will try to stalk. Business model here, second time for Corrales to steadily grind past late. But I worry about Gray Streak. I think this horse is going to be really tough. Second off the claim for Farrier. Farrier barring a little live right now. Last couple of years on the main track in the dirt routes in Maryland. He's 8 for 27. That's a 30% strike route, second off the claim. Pay attention to that. I think Barbosa will get this horse forward enough. If he wants to be aggressive, yes, he can. He comes out of some good lower-level claimers. Those 10 claimers, there's some solid horses in there at Churchill. You've got to pay attention to Gray Streak in this shorter field.
9, 3, 2, 4. Brother Brad underneath with Naked and Famous as well. Keith, anything to mention with those?
Well, Naked and Famous I just can't get a read on. It just had really good number on the go-go back, then just flat, then raises up. Trending, you know, not the right direction, but it is second off the bench and stretching out. His best chances will be up on or near the lead.
There we go. 9, 3, 2, 4. Keith Fusel there. Race number 3. Race number 4 starts at that Rainbow Pick 6, and we are just going to dive into my ticket a little bit. Had to kind of search for a single here today, and I land on the 3, Gentle Breeze. Blinkers on for Ned Allard. That horse is kind of I could see that horse just swinging into momentum, but honestly, I would, if you want to go a little bit of double-digit price, I would add the 4 maybe. But interesting race there for race number 6 that starts the late pick 4. We'll get into that. Really looking forward to race number 7, Keith. That's a maiden special weight off the turf. Super interesting field there, and I like race number 8, our feature race of the day as well, of course. For a $14.40 ticket here begins in race number 4 in this mile and 16th. Original Dirt Affair for the 3-year-olds and up, and a claiming 20,000, which have never won 3. Scratch in the coupled entry 1 and the 5 and the 9. You go with the 1A, Keith. Let's go ahead and take a look exactly why. Kickstartness for Jamie Ness. And Michael Sanchez retains the call again.
Scratch the other part, right? Melt With You is out with the 5. What a hard man for that in Tibbs CM. But Kickstartness, this is a voided claim on September the 3rd in a knockout victory. Sharp internals over that heavier surface. 23, 47, and 2, 12, and 4. Widens to win by 7 1/4 when it's all said and done. Yeah, speed carrying, but I tell you, this is dangerous. Horse is moving in the right direction. A protect move for Ness. Always got to pay attention when he does that. He's going to try to break the streak here. The race goes through Kickstartness. I know the 7 had some speed. Omar Cumming could be close enough, but I think if it's go, you're going to see him send from this outer post. He's going to have to. I don't think there's going to be any messing around, drop over, try to clear around that first turn and dictate it. Now, Worker's Life is interesting. The 3, scratched a couple times, has been entered for lower tags than this, if I'm not mistaken.
20 and 12.5.
Yeah, had a great trip at Charlestown off of a contested pace to get it done. Mike Girales, very good trainer. I'm going to give you a stat, too.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about the stat. Thanks, guys.
You know why? Because it's just been, we've had kind of this Ness slump.
Okay.
And so you're bringing it back.
We'll get it back on track here.
You're bringing back the magic, Keith, here with the Jamie Ness stat.
7 for 24, 29%, 15 to 24. There's that tag jump. Yeah, 50% jump. That's what
There
we're
we
talking
go.
about. RI 244. Thank you. Sorry about that, everybody. But back to work is life. Strung together some really good races. Claim for 50. Couple wins off the claims. They've made the kind of the money. Back in here for 20. I don't want to say he's all or nothing because he really improved. So this little drop certainly concerns me. Value shot in here would be the 2. Admit Nothing for Carlos Mencia. Lighter sample, but it works for the blinkers going on. Has a decent back number behind Eldest Son. The horse has been competitive on the main track as well as the turf, but okay on the main track.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Admit Nothing. I like my comment here. Drafted back early. That horse showed a little bit of foot. Lost focus, came back on again a little bit, and that track was clearly a speed day against the grain of the track on September the 21st. I look for Admit Nothing to break again. We stay a little bit more focused. We just save ground.
Okay.
This horse can get the route. No problem there. Follow through because you're going to have some chasers. With Omar coming, going to be prompting Langley Avenue and this 7. Yep. Why not use this horse? Is that maybe a horse that just kind of steadily move up, catch a piece? Might upset the apple cart, but at that number at 15-1, I think is a definite user in my exactas and tries.
Absolutely. 1A, 2, 3, 6. Keith Fusel there back in Ness here in race number 4. Race number 5 starts the late pick 5 in this claiming 20,000 off the turf event for the 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3. Scratches in the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Keith, Rapper Zapper, your top selection for Lacey Gaudette, Thais Lapustina, returning back to the dirt since February earlier this year.
Yeah, Lacey got a win yesterday. Pistol was ablazing, absolutely aired. We were all against it. I mean, she made us.
She made a fool of all of us.
Silly,
it's fine.
That happens to me all the time. I'm very used to it. But Rapper Zapper, yes, and when she teams up with Thais Lapustina, a good ROI year in and year out. Rapper Zapper's got an okay race, way back on the dirt, but I like recency off the break. 3 races. Improving form, a definite excuse last time when forced out wide, leaving the far turn. Looking at this field, Rapper Zapper, if he's sharp, go ahead and prompt the issue. I'm not sure who's going to go to the lead in here. It's a shorter field. Maybe Silver Bullet 20. Unknown form for Sunshine Frolic. The Fool didn't really run terribly fast on the dirt. Wouldn't be a surprise. But Rapper Zapper, maybe, and you might get an okay little price on this one.
You might.
The prompt. I know this horse can get the distance. El Delary taking advantage of the condition. 4-time winner. Has had good runs at the 1-turn mile over this racetrack. I think sharp form. This horse can lay a little bit closer to and bring a finish. We're going to show this race. El Delary, the 2-back try, August the 16th. Yes, it's the turf. Yes, his figures are a little bit better. But his running style is still pretty similar. He kind of sits back, settles a little bit, and works a finish. And he does so against a good field here. This is a solid group. This is open winners. Now, granted, he's won 4. Wish Me Home. Back against the condition claimers today. El Delary, main track. Not going to worry about that this afternoon. He's the player in race 5.
Keith Fusel goes 9, 7, 4, 8 here in this 5th race that starts that late pick 5. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We will be right back after that to discuss the rest of Saturday's card. And we are back. No jackpot super high 5 wagering in race number 6 as per usual, but we do have that start of the late pick 4 here in this original dirt affair of the claiming 30,000, which have never won 2. Scratch in the 6, scratch in the 7. Keith, you and I both go with Gentle Breeze, Ned Allard, Michael Sanchez, blinkers on, decent effort jumping up a step last time out.
Third off of a lengthy break. The break will be the key for Gentle Breeze today. There's some other speed in here just to the inside. Prince of Iron. Araj, Bandit's Golden Child doesn't have to be terribly far out of it. Thought this was an encouraging try. Second off the break here at Delaware. Up into the flow. We see the horse to the outside. Forte. This horse ran the other day, right? Showed that speed, a speed type. I don't know if Gentle Breeze just maybe he wasn't super comfortable down in there, lacking a little bit of focus. He eases back off of it and gives up a couple lengths around the turn. Shifts out about 4 wide upper stretch, makes a little run between horses before flattening out. It's going to have to be a go. I'm going to have to see an aggressive ride here because I don't think he wants to press. I think he's got to go ahead and go. If he can separate by the time they hit the 3/8, I give him a big shot.
There we go.
Dropping here in for the tag. Blinks on 21% the last 3 years on the dirt for trainer Ned Allard. The 4 Bandits Golden Child, Rob, 24% allowance to claimers on the dirt. And I think catches some really quick horses. A chance maybe for this guy to catch a touch of a breather around the turn, sit just off of it, and then strike. He can get it done here at 6. He's got a good number on the go back, ran against the right kind in that race at Pimlico. I think he's going to be a factor. Xavier will be just spying there mid-turn. 1 horse, Araj, improved, second time out. Another one that was off the break, so 3rd off the break for this Dutro barn, trying to get things going. Made a move into an okay flow, stays around. This is not only Barbosa. Key is not to get in that trouble that opening quarter. I think he'll be able to get position and hold it. I like the build up off the 7 back to 6. I think he'll sustain a run in here. Shorter field. You singled. I think that's a gutsy play.
It is. I admit it. I had to search for a single for sure.
I could certainly make a case, really,
for
anybody in here. Yeah, we're gonna have to trust old Mikey Sanchez. Get it done for us.
3, 4, 1, 5. A slew of options here for Keith Fusel there in race number 6, the start of the late pick 4. Let's go to race number 7, an off-the-turf maiden special weight going a 1-turn mile for these 2-year-olds. And I think it's going to be a very nice contest here. You and I both go with Coiled for Arnaud Delacour. Victor Carrasco gets the call.
Yeah, you got some high-priced horses in here, right? $275 for Coiled, the 6. Really Alev, or somebody's going to have to tell me how to pronounce that one. But anyhow, a $250,000 authentic. Let's talk about the 5, though. By Hard Spun out of a mare by the name of La Cuesta. That makes this one a half to Opus 42. Yes. A really good horse, really good filly around here. Graded stakes place. Both siblings ran 2nd in debut. I think this one will be prepped, ready to go. Both Delacour and Brittany Russell proven year in and year out to get horses to win. Going longer in debut. I'll concentrate around one of these 2 just for the fact that the other ones that have run haven't done a ton. Now, some of them come off of tough trips. Right. Your horse, 7, That's Mr. Tap, ran really good with that tough break last time out. Went extremely wide and finished up well on the turf. Tapature top end, include on the bottom. Yes, you could certainly see this one proven to get the distance, handle the dirt, no problem whatsoever. I go inside for Arctic Outbreak. Unfortunate DQ when first past the wire at Colonial.
Totally see that, though.
But 3 winning siblings, including a 3-time dirt winner. Blinkers going on, proven route form. Now back to 1 turn. That was a 2-turn mile on the turf. But I think Barbosa can go ahead and get Poe from here. So I'm looking at one of these firsters, though, to get it done. Some gaps in the work for the 6 for Brittany's horse. Interesting. But I don't know. The bottom side, the best work was on the turf for that mare, but there's some stuff in the family that says, okay, and you can never leave this barn out with this kind of a run. So 5, 6, 111. Roll on, Jesse. Touch of a sprinty lean bottom side when I dug through the breeding.
Yep.
But a willing effort after trouble. Top side might get this one over the top. 20% dirt routes. That's what Jess's dream is hitting with his runners.
Okay.
So maybe just enough second time out for Kenny Coxon, our boys at Bonicelli Racing.
I believe the Dam also won in her second start on the dirt as well.
Okay.
So 5,
all right.
Yeah. So, but I like your 1. I kind of missed the 1, so it's hard. This is going to be a fun race, Keith.
Yeah.
Definitely here in race number 7. Let's go ahead to race number 8 as Keith Fusel goes 5, 6, 1, 11 in race number 7. In race number 8, we get to the 7 furlongs on the dirt for these 2-year-old fillies in this allowance optional 62.5. Keith, you'll go with the number 2 Thunder in Paris. JD Acosta with the blinkers on here today. A win last time out, first time against winners.
Yeah, and a little stumble with the break in that race July 21st. I went back and edited that chart. That's why we go back and check things time and time again. We try to be, thorough at Equibase. I do. I mean, there's no doubt. But that was a good effort. Touch rank, lost a bit of ground past the 5/8. Came again 3 wide and held off that Brittany runner, Grayson's Girl. You don't usually see this blinkers going on, but I think that definitely this horse had a reason for needing the blinkers. Bring some focus. Corrales going to try to pull a little bit of an upset here because Days, the 6, off at a very impressive debut for Brittany Russell. We'll go to that video. This was really, really sharp. This was, I want to say, was this the first foal out of this mare or an unraced?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And you go back deeper into the family with Dark Hollow, and you know there's some serious quality. And Days was ready to go at first gasking. A good break into it, was able to handle that outer pressure for the Milan Milosevic runner, Haya Love, who was very sharp, had been working well prior at Pimlico, but kind of disposes of that one fairly easily upper stretch. Now when Sheldon says go, she responds and she kicks away, draws off by 7 1/4, body and everything like that. Looks like a filly that certainly will stretch out.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to go back to a stat that I go to, and I'm going to have egg on my face again. But if there's any little glitch, 4 for 39 with debut winners. Next out. That's the only thing.
Routing? Or just in general?
Dirt. On the dirt. Past 3 years on the dirt. 18 of 39 in the money.
Okay.
But this barn rolling quick. I think Thunder in Paris, I don't know if she's got quite the speed maybe of Days, but I think she can keep her honest and maybe eke by late. 2-6, 6-2. The 5 went some cat. Stayed on that left lead down at Colonial. Was able to prompt the pace. Delaware was under heavy pressure from the 5/16 pole home, but did steadily edge away from the field. This is a little bit better group today. And the 1, Kelly Breen's horse coming down. I thought the debut was good at 5.5. Tried the 2 turns at a mile in stakes company. A little flattening. Turning back, though, and did beat a horse that's come back to run a big number at Delaware in my memories. 2-6-5-1. Looking forward to watching Days again, though. That was a very sharp debut for this runner for Dark Hollow and Company.
There we go. As we go on to race number 9 in our finale here in a maiden claiming 30,000 off the turf event, going a 1-turn mile here for the girls 3 to 5. Scratches in the 3 and the 10. Ballroom Eyes, Minari. 2 significant scratches here, Keith, but you ended up on the number 5 on the outside in the middle. Actually, Suncross first-time starter Russell Toledo here team up yet again.
Keep this one in. Gives me a little hope. I gave you a little bit of a negative, which we're not trying to knock, but when you got short price horses and you're looking from a gambling standpoint to maybe get you something to say, hey, we got a shot here. You got a shot in the 8th, maybe not in the 9th. Brittany, 4 for 10, 40%, 7 for 10 in the money. Maiden claimers on the dirt making their debut. By Catholic, boy, this one's got 3 winning sibs, including a stakes winner. 3 of the 4 have hit the board first time out, including a winner.
There we go. And the number 9 on the outside, X-Gene, Phil Capilano, Horacio Caramano, stretching this one out from Timonium, then Delaware, now to here.
Yeah, probably would have liked a little moisture in the track. I don't know what happened at Delaware. I really don't. Maybe something happened within the ship or something. I'm not sure. She was razor sharp behind Red Hat Hannah, who didn't run the greatest, had a tougher trip down inside yesterday. But, man, this one was game to the wire every step of the way. I think with a clean break, she's a little quicker than Dropping Lemons. She may run away and hide. You're getting 8 to 1, on the morning line because of that dirtied up line. You might catch a little value with X-Gene for Phil Cap and Louis Ullman.
Let's talk about the 1 and 11 really quick. You touched on Dirty Cold for Kyle Horcher, and then the 11 Mare Soleil, Lacey Goddett, Victor Carrasco. Nice works looking in, coming back from that Timonium or the turf effort in July. Yeah,
stays. Was entered for main track. Only 2 winning siblings. Haven't run extremely fast. I'm a little leery. I'm not completely sold.
It's a good stab.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. And the one, when you look at it, definitely has the stamina build-ups off the 3 turf races. Blinkers going on last time, so we got second blinkers, first blinkers, dirt. Looking at the bottom side, yes, there's plenty of dirt in there. Half-brother, How's Your Sugar actually ran very well here, I believe, going 1 mile over the Laurel dirt. So Dirty Gold, another one, 8 to 1 morning line, looking for some value in race number 9.
5, 9, 11, 1, 11 there for Keith Fustel. Let's go ahead and dive into at least a value play. You do have a value play underneath, which I like it. At the number 2 at 15 to 1, Admit Nothing for Carlos Mancia, Horacio Caramanos. I do believe the blinkers are going on as well for this one.
Yeah,
yes.
I hope we played along yesterday because we had back-to-back races. BB for Lynch, that was a nice race for Saxton. That was really good. And then we came back and got the lucky Bob with Shoot the Messenger. $2 got you 70 for that double. You paired them up. But anyhow, not to say we're tapping ourselves on the back a little bit. But anyhow,
Go ahead.
admit nothing. Yeah, I was looking so hard all day to try to find something for some price.
Sure.
And the way I'm going to use this one is probably second
Yep.
in the exactors, maybe to take a little exacta box. The blinker's going on, which has been a good move. Flashed a little foot before losing focus, but came on again against the grain of the racetrack. Gets position inside. Just save ground every step of the way. Let things develop. There will be some chasers in there. I think can move in for a piece.
There we go. We are now official with the news that post time will now be going to the Breeders' Cup Mile Dirt here in the beginning of November. Very, very exciting stuff for all of the connections. Keith, I mean, what else is there to say? Just look on the screen. That was the perfect mental prep for him to lead up into this.
Came back and just kind of throttled this competition here. He was under a drive till about the 16th pole. Got everything I think he needed out of it. You've got this longer stretch. Now, Del Mar, things a little bit different. You got to be tied on. It's a shorter stretch. I've been out there calling charts, and, boy, they hit the top of the lane. They get to the wire real quick. But post time, he's got positional speed.
Right.
Let's see what kind of post he gets. But this was certainly impressive. He's proven to run against the big boys, and I think he's going to represent well.
Well, Phil Janik was on the phone with Brittany just as she won one of her races yesterday, and she just said he feels like King Kong out there in training. That's exactly what the Polynesian was for, to get this horse just right back in the mental spot. So he comes back fighting there at Del Mar, and of course Sheldon's going to be staying on, which is and the whole story is just so picture perfect, and you couldn't hope for better for all the connections, especially Ellen Charles there with Hillwood Stable.
Yeah, Mrs. Charles. I mean, what she's put into this game, you got to love that. And man, to get out there, Breeders' Cup, Del Mar. I hope they get a really quick battle going on up front. Post time, he'll be lurking, he'll be licking his chops and looking to loop and swoop.
Yeah, loop and swoop, and he'll be ready to drop it.
And we'll take him out to the beach after he wins.
Exactly.
Yes.
So here's to the umbrellas and the drinks for those connections out there once we do get to Breeders' Cup. But we will leave it for right now here. But we'll go to Dave Rodman for more changes and scratches here for Saturday's card.
All right, good luck.